Myanmar and Thailand share a border, physical geography, and even some history. But while Thailand has modernized, diversified, and grown into an economic and tourism hotspot for Southeast Asia at large, Myanmar has descended into full-blown civil war. So why is it so safe and fun to travel to Thailand, but Myanmar is so incredibly dangerous? Thailand is a fascinating country for a lot of reasons, but not least is the fact that during a time when its direct neighbor is rapidly destabilizing, it has managed to grow and modernize. In fact, under all major indexes, Thailand is improving, and today it's the 23rd wealthiest country in the world, ahead of the Netherlands and Switzerland, and within striking distance of Australia. That's incredible, even if Thailand has a larger population. So it's kind of weird when you see one country, Thailand, doing so well and its direct neighbor, Myanmar, doing so much worse, despite basically sharing the same region of the world. The physical geography of Thailand and Myanmar is as diverse as it is interconnected, with a blend of mountainous regions, fertile plains, and extensive river systems that have shaped the lives and cultures of the people who inhabit these lands. And while these two countries share certain geographic features due to their proximity, each has a unique landscape that has influenced how it developed through the centuries. Myanmar, the larger of the two countries, spans a vast area with a variety of landscapes. The northern regions of Myanmar are dominated by the rugged, forested mountains of the eastern Himalayan foothills, which extend into the Shan Plateau. This plateau, characterized by rolling hills and deep valleys, is home to many of the country's ethnic minorities. To the west, the Arakan Yoma mountain range forms a natural barrier between Myanmar and the Indian subcontinent, while the eastern border is marked by the Dana and Tenasserim ranges, which run parallel to the border with Thailand. Of course, one of the most significant geographic features of Myanmar is the Irrawaddy River, which flows from north to south through the heart of the country. The Irrawaddy River Basin, with its fertile alluvial plains, has historically been the cradle of civilization in the country, supporting both agriculture and trade. The river eventually empties into the Andaman Sea through a delta that is among the most densely populated areas of the country. In the central part of Myanmar, the dry zone, a semi-arid region, contrasts sharply with the lush forests and fertile lands found elsewhere in the country, making water management a critical issue, particularly for Mandalay, the country's second largest city. Thailand, on the other hand, has a more varied geography despite its smaller size. The country can be broadly divided into four main regions: the mountainous north, the fertile central plains, the northeastern plateau, and the southern peninsula. The northern region is dominated by the forested mountains of the Thai highlands, part of the same mountainous system that extends into Myanmar. These highlands are the source of several very important rivers, including the Ping, Wang, Yam, and Nan rivers, which converge to form the Chao Phraya River, the most significant waterway in all of Thailand. The Central Plains, often referred to as the Rice Bowl of Asia, are some of the most fertile lands in the country, thanks to the Chao Phraya River and its extensive network of tributaries and canals. This region has long been the center of Thai civilization, home to many ancient kingdoms. And today it remains the economic heartland of the country, with Bangkok situated near the river's mouth. In northeastern Thailand, the Isan region is part of the larger Korat Plateau, which extends into Laos. This area is characterized by a drier climate and less fertile soils compared to the Central Plains, leading to a reliance on subsistence agriculture and a distinct cultural identity influenced by both Thai and Lao traditions. Finally, the southern region of Thailand consists of a narrow peninsula that extends towards Malaysia. This area is far more tropical, with lush rainforests, coastal plains, and absolutely stunning beaches that have made it a major tourist destination. The southern region is also home to important agricultural activities, particularly rubber and palm oil plantations. The physical geography of Thailand and Myanmar is not only diverse, but also interlinked. The Dana and Tenasserim mountain ranges, which form the natural boundary between the two countries, are part of a broader system of highlands that extend across Southeast Asia. And of course, both countries share a connection to the Andaman Sea, which plays a crucial role in their economies, particularly in terms of fishing, tourism, and of course, trade. Thailand also has the benefit of access to the Gulf of Thailand, which Myanmar does not, though Myanmar does come pretty close, with only 8 miles separating it from the Gulf's coast. Thailand and Myanmar are both incredible in their physical geography, but despite being connected by it, we're going to find that the two countries have had very different histories. Thailand and Myanmar might seem like they would have a similar pathway to the 21st century, but the reality is that one has endured many more unfortunate events than the other, and this has ultimately led to where both countries are today. Myanmar, known historically as Burma, has a history that dates back to the early kingdoms of the Piu city-states, which emerged around 200 BCE. The Piu were followed by the rise of the Bagan dynasty in the 9th century, which is often considered the first unification of Myanmar. Bagan became the center of Theravada Buddhism, which still plays a significant role in the culture of Myanmar today. This kingdom thrived for hundreds of years until 1286, when it was unfortunately invaded and conquered by the Mongols. And after Bagan's fall, the region would descend into political fragmentation, with several smaller kingdoms such as the Ava and Hanthawaddy kingdoms rising to fill this newly created power void. Meanwhile, over in what is today Thailand, the Sukhothai kingdom would be established sometime around the year 1240 as a direct result of the Bagan dynasty and Khmer Empire's gradual decline. Sukhothai is considered the first Thai kingdom and a precursor to the modern Thai state. Like Bagan in Myanmar, Sukhothai was a center of Theravada Buddhism, and its rulers are credited with creating the Thai script and fostering the distinct Thai culture that would grow into what exists today. Sukhothai would eventually give way to the Ayutthaya kingdom in 1351, which expanded its influence into much of modern-day Thailand and beyond. Ayutthaya was a powerful and cosmopolitan kingdom, known for its diplomatic and trade relationships with distant empires including China, Persia, and even European powers. This would begin a period known as the Siamese Golden Age, where the kingdom was relatively peaceful and the arts, education, and literature flourished within the country. Of course, being neighbors, Myanmar and Thailand would experience periods of conflict and conquest as their kingdoms clashed over territory. Needless to say, their borders today have shifted, evolved, and changed through the centuries. The rivalry between the Ayutthaya kingdom and the Burmese kingdoms, particularly the Taungoo dynasty, led to several wars throughout the 16th and 18th centuries. The most significant of these conflicts was the Burmese-Siamese War of 1765 to 1767, which resulted in the sacking of Ayutthaya by Burmese forces. However, the Thai people quickly regrouped under the leadership of Thaksin the Great, who established a new capital at Thonburi, and later under King Rama I, who founded the Chakri dynasty that still reigns in Thailand today. While Thailand was consolidating its power under the Chakri dynasty, Myanmar underwent significant changes as well. The Konbaung dynasty, which emerged in 1752, expanded Myanmar's territory but also faced challenges from external powers, particularly the British Empire. So much so that on January 1st, 1886, Myanmar became a British colony after 3 Anglo-Burmese wars, leading to nearly a century of colonial rule. Thailand, on the other hand, managed to avoid colonization by skillfully navigating the complex geopolitics of the time. Under the leadership of King Rama IV and King Rama V, Thailand modernized its institutions and negotiated treaties with Western powers, maintaining its sovereignty while other Southeast Asian nations fell under colonial rule. This really can't be understated enough. With Myanmar falling to Britain and Vietnam falling to France, there was little hope that Thailand would manage to remain independent, but they did. The colonial period had a profound impact on Myanmar, laying the groundwork for future conflicts. The British dismantled traditional power structures and imposed new administrative systems, which sowed the seeds of ethnic tensions that continue to plague Myanmar today. After gaining independence in 1948, Myanmar struggled with internal divisions and eventually fell under military rule in 1962, setting the stage for decades of authoritarianism and civil strife. Thailand's path was different as the country gradually moved towards a constitutional monarchy in the 1900s. While Thailand has experienced its own fair share of political instability, including coups and periods of military rule, it has generally maintained a degree of stability and continuity that has allowed it to develop into a modern country. The histories of Thailand and Myanmar, while intertwined, have diverged significantly due to a combination of internal dynamics and external influences. These historic trajectories would set the stage for the different paths the two countries would take in the present era, as one moved towards modernization and international integration, while the other struggled with the legacies of colonialism and internal conflict. Myanmar and Thailand could not look more different today. While Thailand has emerged as a regional economic power and popular tourist and holiday destination, Myanmar has struggled with decades of military rule, civil conflict, international isolation, and now, today, a full civil war. And this doesn't mean Thailand has been perfect, but the divergence between the two today has grown increasingly stark. In Myanmar, the roots of the current political turmoil can be traced back to its colonial history and the struggles that followed independence. After gaining independence from British rule in 1948, Myanmar faced immediate challenges in establishing a stable, unified country. The country was and remains ethnically diverse, with numerous ethnic groups seeking autonomy or full independence. This diversity, coupled with the legacy of British divide and rule tactics, something they employed around the world, led to widespread ethnic insurgencies that have plagued the country for decades. The situation worsened in 1962 when General Ne Win led a military coup, establishing a repressive regime that ruled Myanmar for nearly half a century. The military, known as Tatmadaw, instituted a socialist economic policy that isolated the country from the global economy, leading to widespread poverty and underdevelopment. The military junta also suppressed political dissent, most notably during the 1988 pro-democracy uprisings, which were brutally crushed by the military. Despite the military junta running the country for about 50 years, Myanmar appeared to be on the pathway towards modernization beginning in 2011 when the political opposition leader Aung San Suu Kyi was released from prison and the country held an election for civilian government. But the military never fully relinquished its power during this time. The 2008 constitution, drafted by the military, ensured that the Tatmadaw retained significant influence over key ministries and held 25% of parliamentary seats, regardless of the vote. This fragile balance was shattered in February 2021 when the military, alleging election fraud, staged another coup, plunging the country back into chaos. The coup sparked widespread protests and a brutal crackdown by the military, leading to a civil war that continues to ravage the country today. On one side, the Tatmadaw military and its allies, who control much of the country, including both Yangon and Mandalay, the two largest cities, and the other, the National Unity Government, which is made up of former politicians who were ousted after the coup. Today, the country remains an active war zone with over 50,000 people killed. And the US State Department has issued a level 4 do not travel warning. In essence, do not travel to Myanmar. But if you want to go to Thailand, well, that's pretty easy. Thailand's path, while not without its challenges, has been very different. Unlike Myanmar, Thailand managed to avoid colonization, which allowed it to maintain a degree of continuity in its political institutions. The Chakri dynasty, established in 1782, has played a central role in maintaining stability within the country, with the monarchy serving as a unifying symbol for the Thai people. This continuity provided a foundation for modernization efforts in the 1800s and 1900s. That said, Thailand is not perfect. Throughout the decades, it's experienced its own share of political instability, including numerous coups and periods of military rule. But unlike Myanmar, Thailand has managed to maintain a functioning parliamentary system alongside its monarchy. The most recent coups, in 2006 and 2014, were followed by transitions back to civilian rule, albeit under constitutions that favor military influence. Despite these setbacks, Thailand has continued to develop economically, benefiting from its strategic location, a very strong tourism industry, and integration into the global economy. The difference in outcomes between the two countries can also be attributed to their responses to internal and external pressures. Thailand's ability to maintain relative political stability and avoid prolonged civil conflict has allowed it to attract foreign investment and develop key industries. So because of this relative stability, the country's economy has diversified and grown steadily, making it one of the largest in Southeast Asia. In contrast, Myanmar's military rulers, by prioritizing their hold on power over national development, have stifled economic growth and isolated the country from the international community. The ongoing ethnic conflicts and the military's heavy-handed approach to governance have made Myanmar one of the poorest countries in the region, with deep-seated social and economic problems that have hindered its progress. Furthermore, Thailand has actively pursued integration with global and regional organizations such as the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, which has helped to solidify its role as a regional leader. Myanmar's path is quite the opposite, with the recent coup leading to sanctions and condemnation from the global community, though Russia and China have both supported the military junta and supplied it with arms. Myanmar and Thailand share a border today, and that's about it. Thailand has taken in about 90,000 Myanmar refugees during the crisis and has deployed its own military at the Thai-Myanmar Friendship Bridge, a fairly ironic name given what's going on today. As with the Dominican Republic and Haiti, Thailand and Myanmar are a geographic contrast. The two share so much, and yet their present conditions differ wildly. And unfortunately, as usual, colonization has played a big role in the outcomes of the two countries today. Do you want this map of Thailand? Well, you can. Head on over to my map store and take a look. Each map you buy helps support this channel. I hope you enjoyed learning more about Myanmar and Thailand. If you did, subscribe to my channel and like the video. If you want to watch more videos, click here. Thanks for watching. See you next time.